and I'm not pushing any kind of conspiracy theories, or I'm not saying anything crazy. I'm just saying, since I am close to Baltimore, it's only like 2 hours away. But that ship running in the bridge and the bridge collapsing, that fucked everything all up. And let me tell you what, it's gonna be just like it was before. When things happened and there was a supply chain shortage. Guess what? All that port is responsible for a shit ton of car stuff, auto stuff, and uh, agricultural equipment.
And he's absolutely right about that too. I've been out in that area quite a few times, and you could see cars in huge lots being staged up, ready to be shipped out on the train cars. The train cars. That cars are loaded onto and shipped out. And then there's a Home Depot warehouse out there. There's yeah, it's quite a bit of stuff out there, up up in that port area on the southeast part of Baltimore. So yeah.
What time of year is it? Planting season, and it's farming season. It's getting ready time, right? So if anything breaks, or if you need any kinds of tractors, combines, whatever, you ain't getting them. You're not getting them because there's 30 some ships that are stuck in, and there's a bunch of them out there trying to get
Well,
stuck out, trying to get in.
yeah, he's right about that. But they can divert to Norfolk, I believe, and New Jersey and New York. But that's gonna drive up the prices. So because the shipping companies only budget so much fuel, to do this kind of stuff, right? And that means that they got to go further up or further down. And then actually, there's Savannah, Georgia, too, I believe. But yeah, they got to go further up and further down. Then they got to take this equipment and then they got to offload it from the ships at the other ports, and then they got to transport it in the intended direction or in the intended area that the ship was going to originally be going to, anyways. So they have to basically divert, those those logistical things, and it's just like, wow, it really fucking sucks.
So if something happens to your car and it breaks down, you ain't getting no parts. It ain't getting fixed. Not happening. And again, farmers, if your shit breaks down or you need a new piece of equipment, you ain't getting it. So what does that mean? You want to eat? Yeah, you better start growing your own shit, because prices are really going to go through the roof again. Because Baltimore, that port, vehicle shit and agricultural equipment, a shit ton comes out of there and goes into there and goes out to other places. So yeah, it's a bad situation. It is a bad situation. And again, like I said, I'm not going into no, well, this happened and that happened and this probably did it and it was probably this or cyber attacks or they did that. I ain't going into all that bullshit. I'm just saying it happened. And yeah, be prepared. So keep your vehicles in tip-top shape, because if they need repaired, you ain't getting parts. You're fucked. You're shit out of luck. And when prices start going up at the grocery store again, even more than they already are, remember, Blind Views warned you. It's because of that. And I'll say this: if they dick around and they take a long time to get that shit cleaned up out of there, it's horse shit. It's a different situation. But here, not that long ago in Philly, an entire section of 95 went down.
Yeah, it did.
That shit was fixed with a quickness, in
Yep.
a hurry. Boom, 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 done.
Yep.
It didn't take that long. And that's building.
I think it was like a whole week or something.
5-6 lane highway, whatever the hell it was. We're not talking about just picking shit up out of the water so they can get boats in and out. No, we're talking about building an entire bridge. And you can tell it's an election year. You know how? Because East Palestine. Remember the big giant black plume of chemicals The ground was contaminated, the water was contaminated, fish were dying, people
Yeah.
were getting fucking rashes, people couldn't breathe, people were getting sick. Joe Biden, old Sleepy Joe, he showed up a year later, over a year later. Trump was there, but Biden showed up over a year later. Didn't give two shits about those people. Well, first of all, it's just a little small conservative Republican town, so he didn't care. But what did he say when that bridge went down? I'll be there. I'm on my way. I'm going to fire up the jet now, even though it's right down the road. I'm on my way. Oh, that's right. Because it's a communist fucking state. So Biden was on his way. Still didn't do shit for those people in East Palestine, but that was an election year. It's an election year now. And then the other thing was, while Trump was at that officer that got slain, gunned down in New York, the communist state of New York. He was at the funeral. Biden was at a fundraiser.
Huh.
He didn't give a shit.
Nope.
And now we got all these women coming forward. We got even a an old New York housewife from the Housewife show, Bethany Frankel. Got guys running around just punching girls in the face and running off. And we all know we got career criminals, been arrested 20 some times, still out walking the streets because that's the way they do.
Yep. That's the way Biden wants it.
But hey, that's what they voted for, so I guess that's what you get. And I'm not saying I'm a big Trump fan, I'm just saying these fucking people that vote for all this woke bullshit and then, I don't know why. Well, guess what? Chicago's learning. New York, I don't know if they'll ever learn. They put fucking that, I won't even say it. That bitch in New York, Kathy Hochul, what did she do? Yes, Bethany got punched in the face. But that's a new game in New York. Big black dudes go punch women in the face and just run off. But
Wow, that's fucked up.
Kathy Hochul put the National Guard in the subways, and they were doing searches. Who were they searching? White men in business suits and little old ladies. Who was getting to walk on by?
The fucking illegals.
Illegals.
Yep.
Brown people. Guys dressed with their pants hanging around their fucking ass. No, they're searching the guys in business suits going to Wall Street. That's who they were searching. And a guy pushed his girlfriend off and she lost both her feet because he threw her in the tracks and a train ran over her.
Oh,
Well,
that
the
pisses
National
me
Guard
off.
was there searching people. Another guy did some shit to a female in a subway car while everybody stood around and watched because no one wants to get involved, because the last guy that got involved, he got arrested. Remember that? But nobody wanted to get involved, and people were actually filming her getting assaulted. You know how guys do to women. Can't say it or I'll get...
Yeah. Yeah,
But that's
I
what
get.
New York is like.
Wow, that's fucked up, everybody.
And then
That is
here
fucked
in
up.
Pennsylvania,
So
Pittsburgh,
fucked up.
they went off the rails. They took
Damn.
police staff. And overnight, between, I forget the hours of like 3 in the morning to 7 in the morning or something like that, there's going to be like, like 200, I mean, like 25 or 28, I think, 28 police officers to cover the entire city of Pittsburgh overnight. And they announced that. In other words, they said, hey, oh, and unless it's something important, like really dangerous, we're not going to respond. So if you call 911 and say somebody broke into my house, we're not coming. So deal with it.
That ain't right.
That's what they're doing in Pittsburgh.
That ain't right,
How
people.
fucked up is that?
That ain't
Like,
right.
Philadelphia isn't bad enough. That's shithole.
Yeah, Philadelphia's worse too. And I've seen videos
they announced it.
of
Hey,
Philadelphia,
this is what we're
Kensington
doing.
Street.
We're not putting cops out, and we're not going to call I mean, we're not going to come if they call. So go ahead, feel free to break into people's houses, smash people in the head, carjack them, and do all that stuff. We're not going to show up. Now, if you call and say somebody got, unalived, I guess we'll have to show up and fill out a report and call the coroner. But other than that, don't bother calling us because we're not going to fucking show up. And we're definitely not going to show up overnight because there's only a handful of cops for the whole fucking city. And we know all you hood rats out here doing all your crimes. I mean, all you white people sneaking into hoods and doing away with black people, because we know that's what happened. And there's no such thing as black on black crime. It's all you racist whiteys that are doing it. You conservative racist whiteys. But yeah, this is the world we live in, folks. Isn't it fun?
It sucks. It really does.
So yeah, go ahead, collect your Social Security now. Go live your life. Live your life. Collect it as soon as you can. And then cry. I gotta live in a van in the desert because I can't fucking afford anything because I was stupid. I don't have any savings. I don't have nothing. All I did was retired at 62. And here I am. But I'm a selfish piece of shit. I don't have to take care of nobody else. Don't care about nobody else. But I still can't survive. So here I am, living in my van, trying to find Bob Wells.
I mean,
so Hal can give me some help.
I mean,
So
I live
can
in my
make
van
some
here,
videos
but
and cry.
I don't cry about it. I don't make excuses for it. It just happens, you know? And it is what it is.
Oh, I'm out here in this tin can and the heat. My air conditioner doesn't work. Oh.
Well, this here so Tim is a
Next
piece of
video
shit,
we
though.
tell-
He just
It's the greatest life.
he just
ever.
actively fucking just keeps making excuses
Oh,
after excuses and everything else. It's annoying.
I'm raving. I'm not watching.
But yeah, he's right about the disruption in the port traffic, though.
It's rough.
It's gonna ripple down really quick, and it's gonna be real expensive, you know.